Niaje wazito. This is your boy Deejay Saint, Deejay Saint, and you are watching Chatroom 101. Let's get it. How are you doing, guys? I have a special guest today. His catalog ni kubwa. Yani this season yani mimi naleta to big deals. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to read it. I had to write it down. So, he's the CEO. I'm not going to tell you the company right now because you will know who he is. He's a father, he's an author, he's a host at a radio show in Kenya. It's called The Vent, and his company is Robert. Hiyo jina ya mwisho sababu ya ukikuyu in me. Let me focus. Robert Burale. Ni aje pasi?
Fiti kabisa.
Uko fiti?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Right.
I appreciate you for creating time.
Oh,
I know
my
you're
pleasure.
a busy man.
No, my pleasure.
Thank
sir.
you so much.
Asante.
So, Chatroom 101, the reason why we have it, it's because in Seattle, we've had so many young people die. Mm-hmm. Sometimes accident, others drugs.
Right.
Most of us Kenyan community, every time we meet, like all of us, even more pastors meeting, it's when a young person has died.
Yes.
So we sat down and we decided, let's create a platform whereby we can showcase Kenyan community that we have other young people doing amazing things, mm-hmm. and then shedding light on them, and then changing the narrative that the only time Kenyans can meet, it's when a young person has died.
Yeah.
So that's why we have this platform, and also having coaches and pastors to have a discussion,
right.
Give us a few points on how we as young people can be able to maneuver life. Mm-hmm. I have seen so many Gen Z right now, they're right. Microwave guys. They just want things easy.
Absolutely.
And I know you being here as a coach, you will be able to help us. Mm-hmm. So I'm very privileged for you being here.
Thank you for having me, sir.
And honored. So, Rabbi, mm-hmm. For some of us who are in Seattle, mm-hmm. we don't know more about you.
Right.
Where did you grow up at?
Ooh, Jesus. Got me off guard. I grew up in Nairobi. Uh-huh. I grew up in Nairobi. Went to school in a place called Kikuyu Musa Gitao Primary School.
Okay. Went
to high school in Bungoma High School. Mm-hmm. Then left for the United Kingdom. Mm-hmm. Came back home.
Okay.
Here I am. So I grew up in Nairobi, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you discover your gift of coaching?
Is it a gift really? Actually, it is a gift. I was always involved in trying to sort out issues mm-hmm. from primary school.
Okay.
Then much later in life, I was much older, then I went for certification. Okay. Because by God's grace, I believe He has given me some divine wisdom to try and help people sort out or navigate through life, mm-hmm. whether it's relationships or young people on matters addictions, mm-hmm. identity. Mm-hmm. I do believe I'm a pathfinder. Okay. So what I decided to do is hone the gift. Mm-hmm. Did some courses, because you need to be qualified. That's true. I've seen so many coaches around. In fact, that's why I stopped using the name coach. Oh. Because there are too many fake coaches. That's true. Somebody has 7 followers on Facebook, can string a few words in English, and they call themselves a coach. Yeah. While some of us went through the rigors of study. Mm-hmm. And coaching is, I don't like using the word coach anymore, but helping people find their path is of absolute importance, especially young people. Mm-hmm. When you have suicidal cases, it's because somebody feels that they are of no use. Yeah. And yet everybody mm-hmm. has a path to find. Yeah. Yeah. There was an interview you did with Oga Obina. Yes. The 2 siblings. Yes. Was it a true story when you followed up? I was really hoping it's not true. Mm-hmm. I was hoping against all hope that it's cloud chasing. Mm-hmm. But it appears to be true. I still hope it's not. Mm-hmm. Whether it's true, if it's true, it's sad. Yeah. If it's cloud chasing, it's even sad. Yeah. It tells you what the young people are up to now. There's a lot of confusion. Mm-hmm. And I really hope that wisdom will prevail. And having said that, mm-hmm. After that interview, mm-hmm. there are many other cases I found that are true. Okay. So these things are happening, and we need to do something about it. Yeah. You went live sometime, I think 3 months ago. Right.
And then there was a topic you handled. You were talking about men taking the last name of their mother.
Sana takuchoma.
Yeah. Sitai kuchoma. I think people never got.
No, they didn't understand why I said it.
They didn't understand.
Yeah.
So I want you to tell them wa understand vizuri wajue.
You know, in social media, sadly about social media is once you post something, you have lost control on how people will understand the message.
Yeah.
What I was trying to amplify or to expose was the need for men to take responsibility.
Okay.
It wasn't saying that it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because upon study and asking people some questions, I realized, and even from the comments, you'd saw that men were like, but our fathers were nowhere to be seen. So we have to honor our mothers.
Yeah.
So for me, I wasn't bashing men and the women. I was telling the men, it is a high time you get back your seat of authority, and you may not have the finances to raise your children, but there's something more than finances, your presence. You understand? If you do your research very well, Kenya is one of the #1 leading countries in single mothers. And yet we are not the leading country in men dying.
Yeah.
So it means those men are alive somewhere. So it was a matter of trying to wake up men and telling the men, guys, you cannot enjoy the pleasure of intimacy and run away from what we call responsibility that comes out from the intimacy.
Yeah.
So, but of course, social media, when one person gets it wrong, a million people follow the same direction.
Controversy sells.
Yeah. And it really sold.
It did.
I had 6,000 people baying for my blood.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I came to hide in Seattle. No, I'm kidding.
I think this is your second home.
Seattle, in fact, somebody sent me a message and says, just stick there because you seem to love it there.
I know, you should stay here.
JCC Kent is so close to my heart.
Yeah.
Love you guys. It's just an amazing place here.
Yeah. We love you too.
Thank you.
We have seen now with, especially in Kenya,
right,
dating has become publicly.
Yes.
Celebrities, when it comes to relationship, they have put it in a certain way. So everything they are doing it is public.
Right.
And it has become like a disease.
Right.
That anybody who wants to date, they want to go public.
Public, right.
So would you advise someone to date publicly or private?
Now, some public dating is successful, but not many. There are stages of a relationship.
Yeah.
When you're in the formative stages, I would advise people not to go public. But we are a generation that is hungry for social media attention.
Yeah.
And some date not because they love each other, but they think when they come together, they will cause a lot of talkability on social media.
Yeah.
So you have very superficial, artificial, dilute relationships that are public successes but private failures. They look good for the gram, the followers and all that, but inside, in private, they're not even talking.
Yeah.
So if a gun was put on my head, I would advise people to go away from the public until the roots of their relationships are firmly on the ground. Because what happens when you go public, then you're telling the public and the world, try us, shake us, we see if we can stand.
Yeah.
And if you go too early, you'll break up. But some of the public relationships are fake. They're just there for the social media. So we are living in a very artificial world.
Yeah.
So the less your relationship is seen on social media, the stronger it is.
Oh, okay.
I know that will be controversial, especially with the people who want to post everything. You know, you're eating, you're feeding your wife and your husband, and you want to show, you know, you are kissing, and you want to show men are wearing their wife's clothes and their girlfriend's clothes. That nonsense must stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
I posted that I'm going to have you on Chatroom 101, and I asked my fans or my family a question they would like me to ask.
Right. Ask.
The common one that I saw, most of them were asking, how are you able to have a relationship with your daughter where she's open to you and she never hides things from you?
Right.
Because so many actually there are ladies who asked me, most of them don't have that kind of a relationship with their fathers.
Right.
So what did you do to have that relationship with your daughter?
Well, my daughter is a very strong-willed person. And allow me also to say this. Many people think that she has no mother figure. Her mother is strong in her life, 100%. There are stages to being a parent.
Yeah.
When she was much younger, I was around and I talked to her a lot. Of course, right now, at her age,
Yeah.
you don't want to be around your father for too much.
Okay.
Because now she's finding herself, she's an adult,
Yeah.
doing the things with the mother. You got to understand there's a time as a parent for you to be a friend, a counselor, and a commander-in-chief of the armed forces. You got to understand when and how. So when I was supposed to be her friend, I was available.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But there's a stage they reach, you're not supposed to be their friend. You're supposed to be the commander-in-chief.
Yes.
Or the big brother kind of thing, saying if you go that direction, you'll hurt yourself.
Yeah.
So she's a good girl, fantastic girl, and I do believe God will hold her close.
Okay.
So yes, and I'd urge fathers and mothers for that matter,
Yeah.
be close to your children. Allow them to speak, but of course also within the parameters of respect.
Yeah.
And don't miss the line. They always have to remember you're the parent.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
How do you keep evolving?
How do I keep evolving?
Yeah.
I've been asked that question so many times.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's the grace of God.
Okay.
Showing me who I'm supposed to be in whichever season, you understand?
Yeah.
And authenticity. That has kept me.
Okay.
Because now we have people coming in on Monday, by Wednesday we have forgotten them because of being fake.
Yeah.
For me, what you see is what you get.
Okay.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yes.
But my foundation is the Lord Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Because Jesus gives you revelation based on the season. I do believe next year, by God's grace, you'll see another dimension of me.
Okay.
But remember, the foundation is I'm a minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Other things just come and are a stream from the mainstream.
Yes.
So it's Jesus, but also understanding times and seasons, understanding the trends of the world. Many people think it's just about prayer. When you pray, God opens your eyes and then move with the times. For example, I used to MC some time back. I don't MC anymore. I don't MC weddings anymore.
Yeah.
Does that mean it's bad? No.
No.
But I've reached a place now I cannot be. I've raised very many young men and young women to be MCs.
Yeah.
Now, why should I fight for that space?
No
The
need.
moment a mentor is fighting with a mentee for a space, it means the mentor has overstayed that space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. Let's stay on that one.
Okay.
Generals in Kenya right now, in the ministry, there are some things they are spewing on pulpits, and then they are trending so much.
Right.
And you talked about competing with your mentee.
Yeah.
Is it that they are afraid to pass the baton to the next generation and then they are stuck on that? Or what's going on? Because mazee wachungaji wengi Kenya wanachoma na ni generals. What's your take on that?
I hope you're not talking about Kanyari.
No.
Okay.
Kanyari
and general,
tutakuja
not
hapo.
same statement.
Kanyari tutakuja baadaye.
What has happened? It's two-way. Some fathers are still holding on because some sons are not showing the discipline of taking over.
Yeah.
Some fathers are castrating the sons.
Yeah.
So you got to understand when to say, I will now transition or move on to be an overseer, a father, a guiding light,
Yeah.
so that the young ones can come in. So it's a bit of both sides, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Some sons are not ready because now we have sons who love serving God, the idea of God,
Yeah.
but don't love God.
Ooh.
They want the perks and the excitement that comes with ministry.
Yeah.
You know, the invites, the armor bearers and all that.
Protocol.
Yes, all that kind of thing. But they don't love God.
Yeah.
So some people preach Jesus. Some use Jesus as a company.
Yeah.
And some fathers also must understand it's time to say, okay, fine. We'll move away as we give you the baton.
Yeah.
We'll just be there to guide you and counsel you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We need God to help us.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is a transition I have seen with coaches.
Yes.
I have seen coaches transition from coaching to being pastors. And then I have seen pastors transition from being pastors to being coaches.
Right.
How did your transition happen from being a coach to being a pastor? Because now, even most of your videos that I see and watch is you preaching.
Yes.
Can you take us through that?
I don't think I had a transition. I was always a pastor.
Okay.
I just had a season I was coaching people. And I will always coach people. I just don't want to use the name anymore.
Oh.
Because it has been diluted and defiled by many people.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The call of God is the be-all and end-all. And that is why I would not even advise pastors to transition from pastoral to coaching. That's a step down.
Yeah.
The highest calling a man can never have is the honor of preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So what happens is pastors are also coaches because we guide.
Yeah.
It's just playing with the titles, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe we're playing with the titles to earn money in the corporate place, but a pastor is a coach.
Yeah.
A pastor is a counselor. A pastor is a disciplinarian. A pastor is a friend.
Yeah.
A pastor is a father. So I wouldn't say, Saint, that I transitioned from being a coach.
Okay.
I started calling myself coach maybe 5 years ago, but 10 years ago I was preaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was just a season, understanding what God is telling you to do in which season.
Yeah.
At the time, there was a time young people are not coming to church. So God sent me to them as a coach
Yeah.
to help them find their path.
Yes.
And when they find it, then they're like, okay, fine, I think we need to go back to church.
Yeah.
Now they meet me in church, not as a coach, but as a pastor.
As a pastor.
Yeah.
Nice. What is the best advice you have ever received? And what is the worst advice you've ever...
The best advice I have ever received was from my bishop, David Moredi, I would say. Preach because you are called.
Okay.
At the time I was going through doubt, am I really called?
Yeah.
The worst advice was to... What was the worst advice?
I'm sure you have received
No,
one.
kuna moja siwezi sema.
Choma.
Ayo itachoma.
Hii ni free space.
No.
This is a free space.
We, mtanizimia simu nikaanza kutafuta. Toeni hiyo part. Kwanza pasi alisema atazima simu.
Atazima simu.
Alisema nijaribu kumpigia. The worst advice. I wouldn't say there was the worst advice. Every advice is good, however bad it is, as long as you understand which side you're supposed to hold the stick.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you? What's the worst advice you've ever given?
To somebody, to support Manchester United.
Wewe ni fan wa? Manu damu.
Damu kabisa.
Hey. Utafanya hii show isie. Unajua director na ile timu nyingine.
Personally. Had I known, I would not have come for this show.
Question, another one. Ni story gani unasomaga kwa Bible, unasema, hii story ni story za jaba.
The Bible is true, lakini story ya Methuselah. Aliishi sana. But the Bible is a beautiful book of divine revelation and the breath of God.
Okay.
Lakini kuna mse aliishi sana.
So what have you learned in the, I think 48 years?
Who told you I'm 48? I could be 55. No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
What have I learned? I have learned, number one, is reduce the number of chairs around your dinner table. Too many friends is too much trouble.
Yeah.
I have also learned in my life, not everybody who smiles with you wishes you well. I have learned that not everybody who claps for you is wishing you well. Some are warming their hands to slap you.
Yeah.
I have learned that if you love too much food, you can easily be poisoned.
Yeah.
I have learned that if you cannot conquer your stomach, you will never conquer anything in this world.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I know is that every day we're one day closer to our death.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Nilifanya research and I found out ulisema ulikuwaga master wa kunyonga. Bado unanyonga?
Cut. Oh no, God delivered me from that.
God delivered you.
Where? Did I say ask me anything?
Yes.
No. I mean, before I gave my life to Christ, I
Yeah.
lived a life that needed the hand of God.
Okay.
And that is why when young people call me, they're struggling with pornography and masturbation, I don't judge them. Because what God delivers you from, He gives you grace for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So God has been faithful.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, I don't struggle with that anymore. But I do believe God has used me and will continue using me to help other people get out of it.
Yes.
Yeah, because I get a lot of those messages. And let me tell you, it is one of the hardest addictions to conquer.
Yeah.
In fact, I dare say this. The devil wants you to think you can conquer it by yourself.
Yeah.
It is almost impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as impossible as Arsenal winning the Premier League.
Yeah.
Your director may jump.
Yeah.
But it has been said it's even easier to stop cocaine than masturbation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it requires divine power.
Ladies, every time they see you, they salivate. And they're like, you get old like a fine wine.
Absolutely.
Is it hard for you to date right now? Ama soko ni nini kunaendelea?
Is it hard for me to date? Absolutely not.
But una mtu ni nini kunaendelea?
Nani alisema sina mtu?
Unajua?
Umenijudge?
Sija kujudge. We had a conversation with Pastor Steve hapa hivi. And he said, once you taste that thing, itakuwa ngumu sana kuiwacha. Na sasa wewe ushai-taste kwa miaka kadhaa.
Yes.
Kwani hiyo mlango ulifunga ama ni nini kuliendelea?
Oh no, I don't have the grace to be single for the rest of my life. No, not at all.
Yeah.
Getting married, I will get married. Keep your eyes open, keep your ears on the ground. No, I will get married.
Yeah.
I will get married.
So what do you do to avoid burnout?
What do I do to avoid burnout? Play golf. It gives me time to recharge. Stay in the place of prayer. I'm hoping to beat Pastor Steve in golf.
Oh, okay. I taught him.
Nimengojea hiyo siku.
I taught him how to play.
Okay.
But I did quit because niliona na complaints
no,
on every
brilliant.
Sunday. Like
So burnout is, I sometimes just sit and do nothing.
Yeah.
And then every Thursday I have something called Thinking Thursday. Every Thursday.
Okay.
I sit for 3 hours doing nothing but thinking, with the instrumental music playing in the background.
Yeah.
With a pen and a paper, and I just write what I feel is being downloaded. It's one of the ways I rejuvenate myself, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I saw there was a celebration that was done with your friends. That's why I asked you about the burnout. I have seen that you're a workaholic.
I think I am, yeah.
A very bad workaholic.
Yes.
How do you find time to rest? Because I think you need to rest.
I do, to be honest. And I remember the last time I was admitted for 22 days. A couple of years ago, not the last time. There's a time I was admitted because of burnout. It's something that God must help me.
Yeah.
Because I'm unable just to sit. I just don't like being idle. I don't know.
I think you need like a vacation somewhere.
I need a vacation, right? Yeah. But vacation bila bibi hapana.
Bibi, stories za date, bibi unakuwa umemficha ama unacheza chini ya maji watu wasijue kwanza, like haiko.
No, I'm not married yet.
Oh, not
but I will
yet.
get married.
So how is your DM? Is it DMing?
DM, I sometimes don't check my DM.
Yeah?
No.
So you're not dating or you're dating?
I'm dating.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Hey.
If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I had a mechanic, and then
Bro, from dating to mechanic.
Yeah, I'm going somewhere.
Okay.
Relax. I got you. He said the car needs to be changed oil every 3,000 miles.
Right.
So wewe oil change una change yago, kuna mtu ana change oil change ama gari engine inazeeka?
No, you know mine is a V8 engine.
Oh, it's a V8. So it happen ama?
So it's cool.
Oh, it's cool.
It can go 12,000 kilometers without being changed.
Lakini unajua umeua wasichana wengi sana roho.
Aje sasa.
Mazest, because you said you're dating.
Yeah.
Sasa Pastor Steve ametupa half of the members.
No, when I said I'm dating, it was in the spirit.
So you're telling them to leave you alone?
No, you know, the Bible says, call those things that are not as though they are. So you have to call it in the spiritual realm. Yes. No, I desire to get married.
Okay.
Absolutely desire to get married.
Yeah.
So that when I go for those vacations, you imagine going on a vacation at kwa beach.
Yeah.
niko tu peke yangu hapo ni kama mimi ndio photographer wa watu. It's not gonna happen.
So being that get a record straight
Yes.
from here chatroom 101. Na ni swali like ukienda place ingine utaiuliza. Straightforward because I've seen you shoot the arrow right, Ryan.
Yes.
Are you dating or not?
Keep your eyes open. Keep your ears on the ground. Yes.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes open and your ears on the ground.
And
Yes, sir.
Mimi nilikuwa nataka useme a yes or no.
No, those yes and no answers sometimes are very dangerous.
You know Jesus said, let your yes be yes and your no be no.
That is poor Bible exegesis.
No, it's a straight one.
Najua mta edit yes, no, yes, no. Kwanza yu mse wa Arsenali. I fear those people. I fear those people.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I heard that you guys are related with Calligraph Jones.
No.
No?
I'm related with Christoph.
Oh, Christoph.
Christoph is my cousin.
Oh, do you like his
and
music?
Kolo.
Even Kolo?
Our dads are brothers, yes.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What happened with Kolo? Because I heard he backslid. Alisema gospel imemweza.
Alisema hivyo?
Yeah. He also said he has an album coming out. And
he's my small
tell
brother.
His story.
His brother. He's my brother. I don't look at him as a celebrity. I don't look at Christoph as a celebrity. I look at them as my small brothers.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure that I didn't hear Kolo say that, but when I go back home, I'll call him for a meeting.
Yeah, he has a podcast and he said that.
Okay.
He actually did.
I'm going to call him for a meeting and ask him a few questions.
There was a conversation you guys were having about gospel music.
Right.
And there was a big debate that imego chini kwa sababu of cloud chasing, money. Do you think from the time you guys had that conversation with Akina Pastor T to now, is there anything has changed? And has the gospel industry changed?
It has changed largely, I don't think for the better. There's too much entertainment. And that is why now you see we are consuming a lot of music from Tanzania and Rwanda because they have remained scriptural. And I'm not saying we don't have many in Kenya, we do have. But sadly, we are not giving those ones airtime.
Okay.
So I think we need to honestly have a conversation with ourselves. And when it comes to matters gospel, it should be ministry and not entertainment.
Okay.
When you do it for ministry, we'll be happy.
Yeah. If you have a concert,
Right.
Can you give me 5 gospel musicians you will invite?
I wouldn't invite musicians, I would invite ministers.
Give me 5 of them.
Sarah K. Eunice Njeri. Evelyn Wanjiru. You mean Kenyans? Kenyans only?
Kenyans only. Wameisha.
Goja. Sarah K.
1.
Evelyn Wanjiru.
2.
Eunice Njeri.
3.
Godwin Babette.
4. Huyo sijamsikia.
Israel Ezekiel.
Oh. Hey, Isela, he's a worshiper. He's here. Au lakini au watu wote hakuna mtu young nimesikia umechaja hata mtu wa hype.
Sasa hype ndio nini?
Mikono juu. Yeah, goso. Alafu unajua pia watu young muziki zenye wanafanya.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, there are many. I mean, those are you just said 5.
Yeah.
Ungesema 20 ninge involve.
Lakini inakaa hiyo conference yako itakuwa ni watu wazee.
You know, it's my kind of music. I consume Dr. Sarah K.
Yeah.
Almost on a daily basis. Almost on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Guardian Angel as well.
Okay.
I like Guardian Angel. Yeah. Those are the gospel, yeah.
Those are 78% of PK kids, when they grow up, they hate church.
Right.
They don't like going to church.
It's very true.
Because of what they have gone through and been treated.
Yes.
And you have a daughter. What role are you playing to make sure that when he grows to a certain age, he's not gonna hate church? And then when it comes to dating, have you opened that door whereby she can be open to you and tell you, Dad, I'm dating? Ama umemwambia wewe utadate ukikifika 35?
About growing up as a PK kid, my work is just to pray for her. but not to pray for her to be what I want her to be,
Yeah.
but what God has intended her to be. And that may not be a pastor. Dating, I think right now should be more free to tell the mother that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard your ex-wife was a model. Did you screw that up or she screwed it up?
My ex-wife was not a model. My ex-wife is a gospel musician.
Gospel musician?
My daughter's mother is a model.
Why did you mess that up? What happened?
You see now, why have you judged me?
I have not.
Which team do you support?
I think
Birmingham?
most of the time, men screw up.
Who said men screw up?
Yeah.
No, when there is a separation or a divorce, everybody has a part to play. Yeah. I messed up, so I'd rather own my place. I would never speak about somebody who's not here to defend themselves. But I also did mess up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that make you to be rigid when now you're looking for a partner?
Every time there's a failure, you get scared to move on. It takes time.
Yeah.
You have to go through the processes. And was I scared at some point? Yes. I was like, no, I don't want to fail a second time or a third time.
Yeah.
But by God's grace, I have surmounted that battle, that fence. And I do believe right now I'm ready to move on to the next level.
So that nini is open.
Bro, nimechoka kukua peke yangu.
Unasurvivaje hii baridi?
Kuna hita.
Ai.
But it's not easy, to be honest with you.
Unajua Bible inasemaga when there is warmth.
It's true. It's true.
So for you is a
But my time will come.
Your time will come.
It will come. Nimengoja sana mazee.
Kuna ubeshte yako Kibe.
Right.
Mazee ya kupiga fight. There are pictures that trend. You guys used to be on the same team, right? And I think by then you guys were young.
Right.
So there is this story he gave, and he said you guys decided to do fasting for, I think, 40 days. And then he decided to come through to your home one day. And he found out that you guys were eating, and as you know, mbona nyinyi wase wako na nguvu na venye mimi nimeisha, and you guys were snacking. Why is that guy so bitter with you guys these days?
First and foremost, I've never had a 40-day fast with him. Secondly, his content is different to mine.
Yeah.
My work is to preach the gospel.
Yes.
Yeah. And again, I don't talk about people who are not here to defend themselves. Whatever he said.
Yeah.
He knows whether he said the truth or not. Yeah.
Tukuja kwa mapasi.
But when I fast, I fast.
When you fast, you fast.
Yes.
Let's talk about Kanyare for a minute.
Right.
The reason why I want us to talk about Kanyare, it's because preachers who are legit and they're serious with the work of God, they are not coming out publicly to tell people these guys, whatever they are doing is wrong. And Kanyare has turned out this thing to be like an entertainment.
Right.
Whereby he's coming with food on the pulpit, having members come and give him condoms on the
pulpit
on
the altar.
stuff.
Yes.
What is your stand on that, and what advice can you tell legit preachers on standing on the ground and telling people like, this is not the right thing?
Number one, none of us is perfect, but there's some things that must be called out. This thing of being given condoms with the altar on a Sunday service, absolutely wrong. Some of the things he's doing on TikTok, most of the things he's doing on TikTok, absolutely wrong. But remember, when you meet God, when you're alive, you meet the Savior. So he just needs to be guided. But you also have to call it out, that what he's doing is absolutely preposterous. You can't just be going there and talking about sex in a very degrading way, in a very lustful way. You have to call him out. It is absolutely wrong. And I saw he repented, but then again I saw another video. After repenting, he's doing some nonsense. So I think somebody just needs to look for him, especially the fathers of the land, and guide him. Just like Jesus would leave the 99 and go for the one. But having said that, there's some level of nonsense that must stop. And I'm not saying because it's Kanyari. I'm just saying because young people on social media, we have to be very, very careful about what we're churning out there. And going live on TikTok and telling a gay man to turn and then shake his butt and then mocking as if you're praying using the name of Jesus. That is mockery of the highest order. And if he's not called out, God is a consuming fire.
True.
He is slow to anger, but he gets angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Generation Z, the church does not make sense to them. And they are really avoiding to go to church.
Right.
And right now we're in a generation whereby the church has been online. There, if Pastor Hambambi, they can switch up and go to another one.
Right.
When we come to Kenya, I have seen so many preachers, they have turned from being preachers to celebrities.
Right.
When they go for prayers, they have someone recording them, they have sackcloth and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they have like protocols. Yani, they're everywhere with their phone.
Right.
Why is it you don't have a protocol, you don't have anyone following you with the phone? And then how can this Generation Z be able to be told that the church is important to them
Yes.
as a community whereby
Right.
they can learn the right things, while we have preachers who have made this thing to be entertainment?
Number one, the day you see me going to a prayer center or the mountain and I go with a camera,
Yeah.
just know I'm not praying. I'm giving content.
Unatafuta content.
You only content.
Yeah.
And I think it's a mockery. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, what nonsense is that?
It's crazy.
And the moment, remember this, when the shepherd starts smelling like the sheep, you'll never minister to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to just come away with God. We got to stop trying to be creative, trying to stage God to attract these people.
Oh.
Let me tell you the only way to attract these young people, when they see raw power. If it's about charisma, the world gives them more charisma. Go to Hollywood.
Yeah.
If it's about good English, the world gives them better English.
Yeah.
But they got to get to a place when they see the lame walk.
Yeah.
And the lame is a relative. Then they will say, surely, we cannot play with this God that they're serving.
Yeah.
Yes, this, what we call celebrity pastors, for me, I think it's a plan by the enemy. The moment you become more of a celebrity than a servant of God, they consume the celebrity side of you and they miss out on the divine mandate that you have.
Yeah.
And you have to be very careful. You can easily get excited that I'm a celebrity pastor. Be extremely careful. That could be the enemy putting a veil.
Yeah.
You know, I saw one of the blogs some time ago had the 10 sexiest pastors.
Ooh.
And I saw one pastor saying, thank you for putting me in this list. What nonsense is that? That should be a time you go and pray.
Yeah.
Because what the enemy is doing, the enemy is giving you another face,
Yeah.
so that when you stand there, people don't see the God that you serve. They're like, this one was number 6 in that list.
Yeah.
So they don't consume what you have been given the mandate to do. Yeah. So we have to be a bit more sensitive, especially in these end times.
You
Yeah.
believe we are in the end times?
I do believe in the end times, yes.
Do you have a scripture to support that?
No one knows the day or the hour, but the signs will surely be there. In those days, men will be lovers of themselves. They'll be sleeping with their own kind. We are seeing all these things happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said no one knows the hour.
Yes.
How did John know it was the last hour?
But that's not about the end times. But remember, there was John the Revelator. Things that made to the scripture were God revealed for us to consume, so that we are ready for that. You understand? And that is why the Revelator, he was shown things to come. Like when you're saying, why are the wicked prospering? He said, it's okay. Their time will come. So the things that made it to the Bible were for us to consume so that we are not caught off guard. He will come like a thief. Bible is clear. But the signs. So the church today, based on what the scriptures say, should be preparing the saints for the second coming. And not just prepare with their eyes open. The way to prepare is living a holy life, consecrated life, sold out to Christ. But we are not. In fact, many people say, you guys have been telling us the world is coming to an end for the last 50 years.
Yeah.
Guess what? One day we'll be correct. Yeah.
You think so?
If somebody says,
Because-
live like it's your last day, one day you'll be right.
One day you when you read Matthew 24, and you have said those things, what Jesus said, right? We are not seeing you guys being persecuted by governors. Actually, you guys are very friendly with the government. And I'm sure today you might have a number with the president or the governor of Nairobi. But when you look at what Jesus was telling the disciples, he was telling them the things that will happen to them. And actually, when he talked about like there will be rumors of wars,
That's there.
yeah, right? There will be earthquakes.
That's there.
And then he told them, fear not, because that's not the end.
Right.
And then he said, you will be persecuted.
That's happening.
We have so not seen you guys being persecuted.
I think the ones you are seeing are the ones who are very loud and taking photos with these politicians. Bro, the things we go through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Even the world persecuting us.
But the persecution that happened with the disciples, that means Jesus, whatever he told them happened to them, but not to you and I.
But it's happening. It's just not happening the way theirs happened. Some were stoned. As we are being stoned even on social media. On media.
It's different from you guys. Can you... I don't think you can compare the Stephen stoning and your stoning on social media.
Yeah, because that time there was no social media. Let me tell you what is happening. Stephen will be stoned, sees heaven opening, and he goes. The stoning right now, like on social media, is to put so much mud in you and around you and on you that the public reject your message. That's a very deep level of demonic attack. That, okay, you'll be alive, but the devil wants to make sure people don't accept your message. They reject the vessel and they reject the message. So we are being persecuted. That's the honest truth.
Yeah.
Forget about what you're seeing on social media. And that's why I tell men of God, let politicians fight to take photos with us, not the other way around.
Benny Hinn Crusade.
Benny Hinn Crusade, yes.
Our generals.
Yes.
Even before I comment about it, what did you think about it when you saw everything happening?
What was happening? He came to bring
He preached.
Yes.
They said that the reason why Kenya was going through whatever was going economically and stuff, it's because Kenyans had disobeyed Benny Hinn, and they had come to ask him for forgiveness. Do you think that was correct?
I need to be very careful how to answer that question.
Yes.
Najua unaniseti lakini mimi ni ule mse. I need to be very careful that we need to be in right standing with God.
Yes.
Sometimes, yes, we hurt people God has sent to us. But we cannot fully attribute the calamities of a nation to a man.
Yeah.
Because we serve a mighty God who also has raised men and women over this nation.
Yeah.
But on the same length and breadth, God will send men from whichever corner of the world that he pleases to come and release a word based on the grace that they carry. The mother of the land, Reverend Teresia Werimo, gives us accurate words every year. And if you follow her well, before she gives the word for 1 year, she recaps the word she gave the last year and to prove everything she said came to pass.
Yeah.
And you have been told over the years sometimes we have gone through issues as a country because of our own disobedience. We have been rebuked as pastors, not in connection to any other person, but men and women of God of the land doing some wrong things that has angered God. So for me, I would be very careful to say that Kenya went through hell and high water because of Pastor Benny Hinn.
Yeah.
God sends people to come and speak healing to a nation. God will send other people to come and rebuke a nation.
Yeah.
God will send an apostle to come and correct a nation. God will send a prophet to come and give direction to a nation. But then remember, God also has raised a woman in our country to give us what the Lord is saying about our country.
Yeah. The second thing, after the conference was done, our generals, the only thing I saw them talking about whatever happened on that conference is ni venye walianguka.
Right.
That is the message. Sisi tulianguka nikaangukiwa huko. And now I look at them and what they are saying that they received on that day.
Right.
How can they even, when I look at that, I'm like, how can this man even convince a Generation Z to come to church? Because I see it being irrelevant with you falling down. What did it impact you? And what message are you giving your members?
I think it's the narrative that social media pushed more. You know, social media love such news. But a lot more deep things were said by the generals.
Yeah.
But social media bloggers will not want to sell that. They'll just want to sell something controversial.
Yeah.
I've had greater things that were said, prophetic words and utterances spoken. But of course, social media will just pick what they think would trend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is something that I have been seeing with preachers.
Right.
And one thing I would commend you is the several times I have seen you travel and come to Seattle.
Yes.
I have not seen you ask people for a seed of faith.
Right.
And I think preachers, they have really misused that word. And when you're preaching, you said it is time for people to get off their prayer closet and go out there. We need to be practical.
Right.
Because we are so prayerful, but we are not acting.
Right.
And now preachers, they preach, and at the end of the sermon, they tell their congregation, I want us to stand and sow a seed so that we can seal this word.
Right.
What is your take on that?
Everybody is a different grace. Sometimes when a preacher is led, some of course have abused that, but some have been led not because of the money. When God sometimes guides a man of God to say that, it's not because God has no money. God could be testing your level of obedience so that he releases something based on your obedience. So we have to be very sensitive. And yes, the truth of the matter is it has been misused in some quarters.
Yeah.
But other quarters are very genuine. You understand? As Burale, that's not my grace.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I don't have that grace. I'm not the kind of person who has the grace to collect money like that.
Yeah.
I will preach whatever I have to preach. I believe I'm a preacher of hope. The one thing that God just told me, preach the word in simplicity. But having said that, there are others who will be led by God to take an offering, to test your obedience. And sometimes also, and I'll say this, many people just say preachers are just taking money from people. The gospel is free. Ministry is expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, sometimes we just look at preachers.
Yeah.
But we forget the same preachers are like CEOs who have employed people who must be taken care of.
True.
That's the one thing people need to understand about preachers. That it's like a CEO. Preacher's an accountant, has a cleaner, kitchen staff, secretary that need to get paid.
Yeah.
And those people working for the church, when they go back home, their kids will ask them, Mom, Dad, have you brought us some chicken? And if he says, no, you're not being paid, those kids will never love church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we wind up,
Right.
what advice can you give a young person who is trying to date? Number 2, what advice can you give a young man who is trying to start a business?
Right. Number 1, dating. Let me speak to the women. If a man cannot tell you his short-term, mid-term, and long-term plan, put your feet on your shoulders and run. Number 2, never ever go to a man's house on the first date. Your value goes from 98 to 0 in 1 second.
Yeah.
Number 3, to men, never ever date a woman who cannot capture you in the spirit.
Yeah.
A woman who cannot bath you in prayer is nothing but a slay queen who understands 1 or 2 scriptures.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. There is another one. There is a discussion that has been going on about mainstream and podcast. And you have tasted both sides. The podcast guys are saying mainstream is dying when it comes to passing information.
Right.
Because podcasts are passing information right away.
Right.
Mainstream, you have to wait at 7,
Right.
9, 10
Yeah.
to get information. Do you think that's true?
The
Mainstream
truth
is
of the
dying?
matter, the game has changed.
Yeah,
I'm not saying mainstream is dying, but podcasts have taken over.
yeah,
We no longer have true breaking news on mainstream.
yeah,
Well, they would say breaking news, but by that time, podcasts, social media has already given us the news.
yeah,
You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
Maybe you're asking what direction should people take? There's a place for mainstream. But right now,
Yeah.
the digital space is where the rubber meets the road.
yeah.
Yeah.
The church. This is my final one. Sitauliza ingine. The
There's one thing
final-
about business you asked, and I'll answer that.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, ask it.
A young man wanting to do business, don't do business because everybody's doing a particular kind of business. If you want to be successful in business, think 3 years from when you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The church. I have seen the church takes a long time before it catches up with the world. The world evolves so quickly. The church may take, like the world evolves every 5 years.
Right.
Something new comes. The church takes 25 to 30 years before they catch up with the world. Like right now, podcast is booming. I have not seen young people in the church doing podcasts that can give young people hope and good information. The only podcast that we are seeing on social media ni vitu zenye wanafeed watoi si fiti. They are
Right.
misguiding the young people.
Right.
Why is that the church, they are too slow to catch up with the world? Because I believe like right now we should have a podcast in the church that is maybe teaching about the Bible or maybe teaching people about society.
Right.
You know, why is it?
I don't think the church is supposed to catch up with the world. But the church is supposed to move with its prophetic time and mandate. I think that's where we are getting it wrong.
Okay.
And I agree 100% that if we don't get these young people via podcasts like this, then we're losing a whole generation.
Yeah.
And yes, that's why I said when I was preaching at JCC Kent,
Yeah.
after praying, get out
Yes.
and do something.
Yes.
We are not doing that.
True.
You cannot be praying from Monday to Sunday and then waiting for God to tell you to do something.
Yes.
And then when He tells you, you go the next week, Monday to Sunday, to confirm what He told you again. And the world is moving on.
Yeah.
And that's why on social media, we are losing these young people.
Yeah.
We are losing these young people to secularism. We are losing these young people to immorality.
Yeah.
We are losing these young people to crazy people. While we are just sitting back there saying, I receive, hallelujah. I'm a very practical man.
Yes.
This is a message that many people in the church who want to maintain the status quo may not want to hear.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter, if we do not move with the prophet, the things of God are summarized in two words, times and seasons. If we don't move with our time and seasons, like the sons of Issachar, like we know how to number our days, that we may apply wisdom, then we're in trouble. And the truth of the matter, we have lost a whole generation. We have to claw them back.
Yeah.
And that is why when you invited me to your podcast, I said I cannot miss.
Yes.
Because I know you're giving information that is holistic,
Yeah.
that will build people. If the good guys keep quiet, the bad guys are winning.
Yes.
Our young people are watching Kanyari doing drama on TikTok.
And it's crazy.
Now in Kenya, people are having sex on TikTok and live on TikTok, and people are paying.
I know.
Yeah, we need to go there. I'm on TikTok at my age. I'm on TikTok, not because I'm idle.
Yeah. Unaitisha maelephant na malayo?
I don't ask for those things at all. Hata sizitaki. But I'm there not because I have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
I'm there because I know the wicked ones are there. And we have to give as much info as we can. That's why there's a gentleman who does CTA, cleaning the airwaves in Kenya. He's doing a fantastic job. We need more like that.
Yes.
We need believers to support him.
Yes.
And people of good value and good foundation to support him.
Yeah.
But we are supporting other people who are taking our children into dark places
Yes.
with a lot of negative, immoral, dilute, and demonic information.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is someone I want you to give advice to. He has in Seattle.
Right.
He has the baddest media team you can ask for.
Right.
And he's a pastor. Social media imemshinda. And
By the way, I think I know you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking to?
Social media imemshinda kabisa.
imemshinda mazee. Tumejaribu, yani timu yake nimejaribu kuiongelesha. Mbona pasi wenyu hayuko social media na ako na messages? And then when you came to preach, The team was very happy because when you preached, they had clips from you. They posted, you accepted the collaboration.
Yes.
And
fantastic job.
You know, and then you told them you guys are doing a fantastic job.
And that's the truth.
Pastor Steve wa JCC, how we utamsaidiaje? Because he has the best team.
No, Pastor, let me tell you one thing about Pastor Steve. The one thing I want to borrow from that man is he's not a man of self. You know, when I came for SOA this time, a friend of mine asked me, but the host ajaka picha yake hapo.
Yeah.
I said, that's not him. And we need more men of God like that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with posting your photo, but that's not him. You understand? But having said that, let me rebuke the team as well.
Oh, rebuking the team?
Yes.
I will defend.
I watch
JCC
every Sunday when I'm back home.
Yes.
All right? Now, you know, if you leave it to him, he will not do it.
Yes.
There's something called the gift of men. And God has given him the gift of men.
Yes.
Have you guys, and the producer is watching, where is the producer?
Yes, he's here. Yes.
Have you guys decided, honestly?
Yeah.
Because incidentally today, he told me he's not on TikTok. Have you decided to open an account for him? And you run it?
Listen, we opened an account for him on Instagram.
Right.
He took over the password. He just posted playing golf. Nothing else. He preached a message. One time he had a very amazing message.
He's a very good preacher.
Yeah, we took a clip. We posted it on IG. We told him, accept this collab. We even showed him how to do it. 2 weeks down the line, he removed the collaboration. So how can he help us? Because sometimes we feel like he's draining us because we are putting in too much work. But he's not motivating us on doing amazing things.
Pastor Steve.
Because when you came, yani tulipass your information and the way you, like, I think umezoea social media, unajua how to do it.
I understand it, yes.
Can you help him a little bit? Kwa sababu wana to drain.
I think I'm playing golf with him tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Or Wednesday.
Okay.
So I'm going to have a chat with him.
Please do.
But also understand him. I think there's a time he was saying he can never post himself saying, happy birthday to myself.
That's true.
He can't.
Yeah.
And that's him. There's a time I saw him commenting on my social media. I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
I almost asked him, kuna mtu amehaka account yako? Sikudanganyi. I almost did. Yet he pastors, I believe, for me, the most vibrant church in this area. You understand?
Yeah.
But I think you guys just understand him. Then what you do, make the church page more active. Because you guys are not.
Yeah.
You post on Sunday, the church page is very active.
Yes. I think he killed the vibe. That's why, like, they stopped.
The gift of men. You should not get tired.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't think your church page is active during the week.
It's not.
So what are you guys going to do about it? Because at least you're in control over the church page.
Yeah.
His personal page, tukicheza golf ndio kumongelesha.
Ati mojaribu.
But it's going to be a hard one.
Yeah.
Because that's just not him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chunga
Seem to yourself.
Chunga usimiss sound of abundance next kulingana venye utahandle hiyo situation.
Bro, ndajilipia ticket. Nikuja tu huko nyuma na wase wa media.
Yeah. Kuna wase waliniambia nikuuliza, luku yako ya suti unatoaga wapi, pia wanataka kuchapa luku kama wewe.
Now what you got to understand, I don't do fashion.
Okay.
I do style.
Oh. Say that one more time.
I don't do fashion, I do style. Style, fashion is what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
Style is what is good for you. Fashion is what everybody's wearing. Style, you can wear a t-shirt written Omo and it still looks good.
Yeah. Yes.
So my suits are custom made.
Okay.
Yes, I don't buy.
Hiyo si kiburi.
Si kiburi, kuna mtu mmoja alinigonga social media. Wewe hata labda ulipanga hizo masuti zako.
Yeah.
I don't buy suits. My suits are bespoke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So look iko.
Look unachapaga nao si ati nini.
Sibahatishangi.
Ubahatishangi.
Lakini pia pasi wenyu chapa look
I
told him yes msapere.
We look wana. Lakini unajua watoi sana kidogo watoto wa ghetto wakikuwa successful, unajua wanaonaga poverty sasa lazima wa keep up to the bar. So I think ile ugeto venye aligrow akiwa poor inampushigi
And it's true. It's not. That's a very deep thing you have said.
Yeah.
They don't want to go through that pain.
Yeah.
Ever again.
True.
And for me, that would be a whole talk. And even here in America, I wish one day he would call you people, you young people, because you guys are in America. You know, mnapiga Michael Kors.
Yeah.
You know, so you don't know. You might easily take it for granted.
That's true.
If I were Pastor Steve, I would really, because I kind of know his story. I would really hope he would meet you guys.
Yeah.
And maybe you guys just understand.
Yeah.
How lucky you guys are, so that you don't take what you have for granted.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I posted a photo of me and him. Somebody says, "Wow, he used to dance at something Maximum Melodies."
Maximum Melodies.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you guys may just see him now, inviting great men and women and hosting us very well. But I wish he would just one day meet you and speak his heart.
Yeah.
No Bible, nothing.
Yeah.
No Facebook Live, just speak his heart. For you guys to understand how lucky you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Ni watu mkosa pizza hata mnaanza kulia. Producer wa hii movie, hii show, before dikuja live, achana mwana tumbo amekula pizza. Wacha ile grow up Mathare ndo utajua Mathare ni nini.
Atajua ni nini.
Can you leave Mathare and come and host and have such a vibrant ministry?
I know.
Pizza, peri ati tumbo inakuuma.
I know.
Kwanza ananiharakisha ati anataka kwenda kulala.
Saizi.
Na muona huko nyuma.
Na ni single by the way. Anaenda kupigwa na analala kama kama panga.
Haujaambiwa poa.
Lakini
But
pasi
actually I'll tell Pastor Steve to do that.
Maze talk to
I
me.
really hope he can even do it before I leave.
You have seen the team though, right? The team
let
that
me tell
he has.
you, and I'm not saying this because it's you guys.
Yeah.
JCC Kent. It's a well-oiled machine. He has what we call the gift of man.
Yeah.
That he knows everything is running well. Yeah.
Okay.
Media team, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
My cameras are on point. Kasuti za Burale.
Hey. Nice.
I can only just bless God for you guys.
Yeah.
You guys are doing lakini pia band. You have the baddest band, man.
Noma.
Mko juu.
Ni noma.
No, mko juu.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place. And that's why when you hear I'm in Seattle, I'm only in one place. By the way, I can say this over and over again.
Yeah. You reminded me of something. People judge you from what they have heard.
Right.
I think, was it the first time you came to Seattle, another church? And the pastor of that church, actually, he stood and said...
He repented at the end.
Yes. And then he never believed what he saw.
Yes.
Because he had been given information.
Yes.
And he was like, why? How do you feel when people judge you from things sometimes they don't even know? And then when they see you, they're like, what?
There's a power in being the underdog. Yeah. So I look at it with a different eye. That day I remember that pastor.
Yeah.
After I ministered, he said, alisikia anakuja akasema huyo anakuja kutuambia nini.
Yeah.
So it's good when the expectation is low. Then God will showcase you.
Yeah.
And I would not blame them for, sometimes they have had things I've said myself in my book. Sometimes it's lies. Being a public figure is not easy.
Yeah.
But for me, I just keep my focus and serve God. Ile ball mbele.
Yeah.
Whoever atanisikiza, sawa.
Yeah.
Whoever does not have, who has a problem, that's okay.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
I was called a grandmaster demon because I wear black.
Hey, yeah. Yeah, even our pastor was told his church is a devil worshipper because he painted it black.
Where? Shida.
That's why you saw the conference, he had to put stage white.
I wish ningejua, insist weke black.
Hata mimi.
Wakusema waseme.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. You know, sometimes, you know, people don't understand when it comes to events and the beauty of a place. Black with good lighting makes the place look beautiful.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Maze Pasi, thank you for coming.
Nimeshukuru
Thank
sana.
you for gracing us.
My pleasure.
Next time we come to Tabonga more.
Yes.
But I see you don't come with your books. So, can you tell our audience who are in United States, where can they get your books?
Amazon.
Yeah?
Amazon. Just go on Amazon and buy the book there.
Buy the books?
Yes, it will be delivered to your doorstep.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Are you thinking of writing another book?
I'm releasing a book in the next 1 month. It is called I Am Reluctant.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm reluctant.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure, man. My pleasure. But go on Amazon, the books are there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your radio show, The Vent.
Yes.
Why did you call it The Vent? Is it where people go and vent what
That's
they're
it.
going through?
People go and vent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I just feel my season is over there.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're transitioning to something else?
To something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Utatupatia for one
Utanipata tu kama podcast sasa.
Oh, kama podcast? Okay.
All right.
Niko na ni kijana single, si utatupatia namba ya your daughter?
What services do they offer?
Akona pesa.
Akona pesa? Anajua pesa ama anajua pesa?
Akona pesa.
What is money?
Money solves all the problems.
No, what is money? When you say money, what is money? How much?
A lot.
Okay. Money ain't everything. Some of the brokest people have the most money in the bank account.
Yeah.
No, my daughter is still... What's her some?
Is she in Kenya or UK?
She's in Kenya.
Oh, she's in Kenya? Nice. Hi. I said hi to her.
What's up, Lexi?
Yeah. Oh, her name is Lexi.
Lexi.
Oh.
Lexi Burale.
Lexi. That's a nice name.
Beautiful girl, very confident. And the Lord will just protect her.
I wish her, I'm wishing her all the best.
Amen.
That's when nataka kumpatia mtu akona pesa.
I don't think money moves her.
Oh, it doesn't? Oh, his dad already got it.
No. I just said she has God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mazee, you have good cameras, eh?
Mazee, Asante sana.
Si mpate kamera moja niende nayo.
Next time ukikuja, maybe tutakupatia next time. But si saa hizi.
Sawa. Next time nitakampa kesho after.
Enda ukam. Tutakusolve na moja. Wazee pasi asante.
Nimeshukuru. Thank you,
man. It was amazing having you.
Much appreciated.
Tutakutag pale, hope utaitikia collaboration.
I will. This is Pastor Steve.
Shikilia. Basi, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
As I wind up, this is what I'm gonna say. May chatroom be edified. May our haters be terrified. Hiyo imekuja poa pasi. Imeweza. This was Chatroom 101. You are watching Deejay Saint and Pastor Robert Burale. Till next time, we out. Peace.